Hello everybody, this is James the Slim, and today I will be reviewing LEGO Star Wars set number 75277, Boba Fett's Helmet, featuring 625 pieces and 0 minifigures. This is a display-only set, and marketed as LEGO for being for only ages 18 and up. So I don't want to see any you youngins underage at the store looking too hard at these sets. Now, you hear me? So taking a look at the box, we got that. It's almost completely black, black with black greebling around the bottom, because it is an 18 and up set. We have the Boba Fett with the Star Wars and the Mandalorian logo, which is cool. We have the set itself, which is one of the best looking helmet sets I've seen them come out with so far. On the top of the box, we have the actual size of one of the pieces featured in the set because there's no minifigures, so I guess they decided, let's show them what one of the pieces looks like. But aside from that, we got that same Boba Fett Star Wars Lego Star Wars logo. On the side we have the helmet collection, a front view of the set with some ambient lighting, and this is commemorating the 40th anniversary of The Empire Strikes Back. Right hand side of the box, pretty much the same that was on the top. We got some different languages. We have, I believe, Spanish and French. On the back of the box, we have the helmet with the viewfinder actually brought down in front of his eyes. We have a picture of Boba Fett on the left, a closer picture of his helmet on the right, and then a picture of the set with the actual dimensions, the actual height of the set. But without further ado, I'm going to get into the build. And as usual, I lied because I always forget that I'm going to actually unbox this set. If I can get these are not the best scissors. Now you'll have noticed that my box actually came in damaged, unfortunately, but I do appreciate when they have the tape to cut and you can open up the flaps. That I don't know if you're supposed to open the top or the bottom. Didn't say, but you got just a bunch of black greebling design, more black greebling, and then up inside we got Legos. Go imagine that. And then unboxing the set. I'm pretty sure I was supposed to open it the other way. We got all the different bags. Yeah, we got, how many bags do we have in this set? I think we have about 5. No duplicate numbers. We also have the instruction booklet. Never seen one of these 18 and up instruction booklets in person yet, but they do actually have the darker pages, which honestly looks pretty nice. It's interesting to see that they don't advertise any of the sets in the back. I guess they figured that would be a waste of time since if you're 18 and up, you probably have access to the internet. Alrighty, and there we have it, Boba Fett's completed helmet. One of the first sets I've had with no minifigures, so y'all might have seen him peeking in. I brought my other Boba Fett minifigures to compare. I think the one disappointing thing about helmet sets is that they don't come with minifigures. Like, I know they're 18 and up, but really for what, a $60 set, you could at least include the minifigure who has the helmet that the helmet is based on. So clearly, judging by the color of everything, this is based on episode 5 Boba Fett, not Mandalorian Book of Boba Fett. So we're gonna just put him aside for now and just take a look at what we got here. Now, the first thing you may notice is they do have the dent. I do like how they included the dent in his helmet. There's not nearly as much weathering as they were able to fit in a print, but, they were constrained by the way this is built. If they had tried to include those details, they would have had to include some other studs that probably would not have fit in, probably would have stuck out too much. Another thing you'll notice is it does have the rangefinder, which flips down. So you can have it either posed like this, or you can have it up, which either way I think looks good, but I do like the look of it when it is in its raised position. Now, one of the few imperfections, well, there's a couple imperfections on the front. So, for instance, on the helmet that this is based on, they have a darker green down below, and in universe it should be just a darker green, because it is a single colored helmet. Um, Instead, they used black, which, I mean, since it does show through between the red, I guess it's kind of a good thing. But it would have been, I think they could have gotten away with using the dark green. I'm not sure why they didn't decide to do that. One of the other imperfections that's kind of glaringly obvious is there are gaps between these, the cheek plate builds and the center piece, which is, actually, you can't even move these at all. They're pretty well secured in place. So down at the bottom, they included these pieces, these rail pieces that help close up that gap. But further up, they weren't able to do that, unfortunately. So it is what it is. But I mean, it looks good either on a shelf or on in a display cabinet, as I have my collection. Down below, we have the printed Lego Star Wars Boba Fett nameplate, which is cool. I'm so glad they didn't use a sticker for that, because stickers, they aren't the best thing when you're building Lego, to be honest. Now, moving around to the right, you'll see that they got a lot of great details here. So he has 12 of these yellow stripes on this model, which is probably, I'm going to say, and I'm going to check, accurate to universe. On the 2019 helmet of his minifigure, he only has 10 stripes. You can pause and count if you like. Let me see if I can get the camera to focus a bit more on this even. You can pause and count those if you like, but trust me, I counted them. There's only 10. But, so, it's nice that obviously it's a much bigger build. They managed to fit way more details in. Now, another interesting thing is I really like the look of the side parts on the helmet. And I love that they're actually asymmetrical. We'll get into that as we get around to the other side. You'll see the red wraps all the way around his helmet, as I believe it should. And it just looks great. It's interesting that the back of the helmet is the darker green, as the entire helmet is in the show after he repaints his armor. And I just think it looks great. And I love the way they did the grill in the back. On here it's indented, on here it sticks out more. Again, I'm gonna have to take a look back at the reference material and double check which is more accurate. I'm going to assume that the build is more accurate. Why would they make it less accurate than a minifigure helmet, right? So moving around to his left-hand side, you'll see that we have a completely different color for this side for the part that the rangefinder is connected to. You can take a look at how it looks when it flips down and when it flips up. And the rangefinder itself is a very simple build. On here, they don't have any print or anything. You can do all sorts of angles with this, although you can also break it off pretty easily. So that's something to take note of. And it's really amazing how far that thing slid across the floor when I accidentally broke it off just now, but I was able to find it, thank God. Another thing you can look at here is the base. They use a lot of the older slopes, but in black. And, they don't look as sleek since they are textured, but they do, I think they look alright. And then the plate here is just held on by a pretty simple, hinged piece. So you can fold it up if you want to for whatever reason, but I'm not sure why you would. Take a look at how that is. Another thing you can take note of, you can take a look underneath. View the helmet from underneath. So I'm gonna carefully set it on its back. So the bottom of the base is like this. You know, these studs touch the surface you set it on. Underneath, see a bit of the inner workings. It's not hollow inside. It's very, very solid, very sturdy. I imagine if you drop this, you know, some pieces might come off, but it is a pretty solid build, which I like. I like that it's not just completely hollow. So an interesting thing to note about the Mandalorian Season 2 / Book of Boba Fett is that they did put the 12 lines on the helmet, although now they're in red rather than in yellow. And oh my gosh, this is such a nearly perfect figure. I wish they had just gotten that green on the helmet and the jetpack right instead of cheaping out and using the old helmets. But it is what it is, and I'm glad they did put all the detail into the torso and legs that they did. Those are actually rather nice. But that is not the topic of this video. The topic of this video is this set. So it originally retailed for $60. Target currently has it on sale for $51 last I checked. And if you now, one thing, you do not have to be 18 to buy this set. If you think this set is cool, you want you want the build experience. And I'm going to tell you the build experience was pretty fun. I like seeing how it came together. You know, I am very satisfied with the final product. The only thing I wish is that they had included a minifigure, you know, because I'm lucky to even have this guy here. I found him in the beginning of 2021, and it was a miracle that store even had the set he came in. You know, so and this guy is gonna be pretty common since he comes in the $50 set, and he will be coming in the Boba Fett's Palace, coming up this March, I believe. Don't quote me on that. It might actually be this summer, but this guy is very, very rare in comparison. And you know, what I think they should have done with the helmet sets is, you know, this was the dumbed down version. They took his arm printing off for whatever reason. But, you know, when confronted as to their lack of putting a gunship pilot in the UCS gunship, the Lego Star Wars designer said it was unfair to lock exclusive figures behind a huge paywall. And this being only a $60 set, I think that would be the perfect opportunity to provide a uh, fully printed episode 5 Boba Fett, episode 5 and 6 Boba Fett. It would be the perfect opportunity if they really felt that way about it. Now, just so you could get a feel for how this set looks on display, I did put it over here with my Boba Fett, my little 3-piece Boba Fett collection that I got going on right now. And obviously, it definitely gets a 10 out of 10 on displayability. And actually, you know, I was on a phone call the other day, and, you know, I just kind of felt like fidgeting with something. I had just built this the night before. And, you know, it's fun that you can at least do this. As far as helmet sets go, this is probably the most playable because it has this adjustable feature here. So it definitely does get a 10 out of 10 as far as I'm concerned on displayability. Or actually maybe 9 out of 10 because I do feel like this should be dark green. But other than that, I mean, it looks great. They chose the right pieces. They got the right shapes down, got some really nice accurate colors. You know, it's a very aesthetically pleasing set. Now, as far as value goes, I feel like I'm gonna give this set also a 9 out of 10 because, you know, I'm your typical Boba Fett fan, so of course I had to have the Boba Fett helmet. I'm really glad that someone actually was able to get that for me. That was very nice to receive. But like I said, they should really be including that fully printed Boba Fett that was only included in a $200 set, the UCS Slave 1, as well as the Betrayal at Cloud City, which I believe was way over $200. I'll probably put it on the screen to what the actual price is on Brickset or Bricklink. But with all that being said, let me know what you guys think. You know, slide down to the comments, definitely on your way down, leave a like. Please feel free, comment, subscribe, like, etc. You know the drill. But let me know in the comments, what do you think? Would you buy this set? Have you bought this set? Do you feel like this is a good value? And if we already know that the Mandalorian helmet set, the Dark Trooper helmet set, and Luke Skywalker's helmet set are coming out this year. So how do you feel about those? Are you a fan of helmet sets? Would you rather see more play sets? And if you are a fan of helmet sets, are there any helmet sets you would like to see them make? But with all that being said, this has been Jim to the Slim, signing out.